Diagnosis ring of power.
Go mace to face.
Diagnosis? You suck.
Alright. So, in your travels, as of last week, you'd stumbled across a few interesting things between the insects, the few dinosaurs, and watering holes, and so forth, as well as the gorillas and other beasts of great size and strength, but also managed to stumble across what seemed to be an ancient tomb holding a very dark demigod within, the imprisonment seal keeping him at bay. But as Flora, Arjun, and Kesh approached, he attempted to mind control the party into killing each other upon the seal itself, in which also at one point Flora was mind controlled and almost forced to lay upon the altar and be locked down before Argent skillfully used his own hypnotism to pull Flora away from it. Kesh managed to explore some of the tunnels and vents going through the top of the seal before everyone decided to quickly leave and reseal the stone that was opened up after thinking of the fact that he had been silent after the grate had been open, waiting for whoever to come down. At this point, after resealing it with a make-whole ritual, he started putting some distance behind you again. Not really planning to get too close to that area once more, where the totems and stones mark the way and where the tomb itself resides. And set forth and settled down for the night before picking back up and starting your way again in your travels. So,
sorry.
As long as you're not dying.
Hold on. You need me to do anything, Josh, before I...
Hit me with a nature real quick.
Okay.
Because you'll be leading the charge.
Ooh, show me the way.
He know the way. So both Elmar and Jandran just look at Velnak and turn to all of you. Did he know the way? And Velnak immediately starts plotting out the course with the semi-crude map, and you easily make headway. He manages to find a few areas that would be poisonous plants, others that are briars, and manages to find a clear enough path and avoid most of the animals and other areas that have been marked as territories, whether it be horn scratches or some form of skid marks or markings for their territories with smells and other such items. Continuing forth for a good while between the mixtures of different smells, the overhead jungle getting thicker and thicker as you keep moving further inlands. You do occasionally hit a few rolling plains in some areas, clear that either there was a lot of deforestation or the animals themselves were so large that they knocked the trees over and ate most of the vegetation there. Not many of the animals being too bothersome, especially with some of the more aggressive ones that you've seen, and being able to avoid them. You do see occasionally the large beetles that you saw before, little bright red shells that were probably close to the size of a human, and others the size of a horse, flying by occasionally with large husks of plant life or actual animal in hand, dead but being flown piece by piece back. At this point, you could tell the further you travel inland, the more dense the life is and the more dangerous. Eventually, in the travels as you go through the thick overgrowths, you start to see a few pieces of evidence of what look like old huts, possibly crudely made, some made from hay and mud, and others just purely of mud bricks and clay before they have obviously been abandoned and dilapidated over time. For the few looks of what you could tell between very crude stone spearheads and very sparse metal pieces, not even finely made, just kind of banged into position enough to make a shape for maybe what could have been a piece of armor or something or so left behind. Other pieces that looked like they were trying to be made into some form of a shield, but then just kind of abandoned and left to dry rot along with the rest of the huts.
I think I want to take a poke around.
Alright.
Maybe see if I can find anything.
Alright.
Yeah, I was curious about the craftsmanship of the shields to see, if they were made by orc hands.
So,
Or see if this is like a human adventuring party that went this far.
so go ahead and... Well, it's easy enough to tell between craftsmanship. It's very, very orcish. A lot of the pieces are very large, though obviously stone spears and other pieces. These pieces are far too large for a regular human to be wearing. More of a very bulky body with a lot of muscle would be required for some of these. And Kesh, if you want to search around, go ahead and roll me perception.
Okay.
Alright.
You get a +1 from Arjun.
That was with your +1, I was assuming.
Oh no. So, you're searching around. You see some of the crude huts, but it's very easy to tell that the biggest and grandest hut, even though it's collapsed at this point, was very clear. Clearly the commander's. And you go poking around in there. You find a few metal bits, armor set that looked like it could have been something at some point, but it's mostly made of vines, and a lot of them have dry rotted. So now it's more like metal pieces that have just been kind of left on the floor. You see a massive stone axe that is very, very crudely chipped away, and right in the middle it looks like there's a groove slammed into something and broke part of it open, and which kind of was like left in what looks like a trophies kind of position, where the stand has kind of been crushed by the roof when it fell in. But as you're kind of looking around the trophy area, you do manage to find a few pieces of onyx and what looks like a crude looking amethyst. Altogether is worth about 70 gold.
Oh, okay.
And
I will
they just
grab
seem
those.
to have been abandoned there.
Grab those for the bag. The bag hungers. But does the axe look at all salvageable? Like, if repaired?
Repaired, it would be a little tough to repair stone, but
With make whole.
oh, that's true. You could possibly do it with make whole. You're not sure if all the pieces are there. It does look like the majority of pieces are there, and the axe, excuse me, axe itself has been there quite a while. It's been kept on display, almost like in respect to like maybe it was.
Yeah, it seems like, even though it probably wouldn't be effective as a weapon in the modern day, lol, it might be like, it belongs in museum.
It belongs in a museum, indie. But
So I will go and fetch the maker of holers. And that's Flora, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Hey, Flora, I found something in that large hut over there. If you could help me.
course. What do you need assistance with?
Are you following her as she leads you to the hut?
Yeah, she'll just be
Yeah.
slowly strolling along behind.
As we reach it, I'll point to the axe on display and be like, it's mostly busted up, but I figured you could work that magic of yours. Maybe it's worth something.
I will see what I can do then.
Thank you.
Take a few minutes.
I'll watch your back.
And I will make the hole.
Alright. You do so, and tell it hut. As you do, you can see that the edge of this stone axe, it's very dull at first, but as you go along through the ritual, you see the edge reach a finer and finer and sharper point as the stone reshapes itself and adds all the missing chips and the broken pieces back to it. And once you finish, you realize that whatever orc had used this had used it thoroughly to the point of being blunt and dull, and now is sharp as if it were steel. And it had been
Shit.
very.
I do need to know the rough value because the cost of make hole is a percentage of
So that would be
total.
so pretty much a battle axe halved because it's stone. So let me go find a battle axe real quick here. Let's see. It should be. So half of 15, so just 8 gold.
Wow, that's a very odd number.
Yeah. But
What am I missing?
But that's the
We're making a battle axe hole, and we found a tent area
That's-
full of orc remains, kind of.
Oh, cool.
that's hopefully the cost of the base item. Hopefully it has some like historical value, maybe.
at at this point, you do see though the handle itself, now that it's no longer faded and has the colors that it was dyed with. Very odd mixtures of kind of red and white twining together, and at the end of it, as it's kind of spindled together, it looks like what was a white snake head with the almost like a reddish tassel made of grass and dyed red to look like the forked tongue coming out.
Huh. Perhaps a clue of some sort. Let me call for the boy. Argent.
Oh, coming! What do you need?
Look at this hilt here. What, you read anything in those fancy books of yours?
Josh, I activate my fancy book.
Roll me history. Alright. So you do recognize that this is probably in reference to a god, or maybe even a commander who owned these orcs, or even maybe one of the gods that they worship during battle. Especially seeing how many of the lizard folk here hold sway, you assume that this is probably in reference to maybe the lord he served, and that this item actually did hold magical sway before it was broken.
Watch out behind you, ankle biter.
No!
Smash. I heard it. Ah, there it is.
It's a teleporting dog. It's a blink hound. Only
A blink.
Judging by the speck of dust it took to put this back together, I'd say there's no real value in it. But
in the
if
base.
you'd like to keep it, I could enchant it for you.
Well, no real value in the base item. I believe it could have some value to a collector or a historian, maybe, or maybe one of those fancy buildings where they store old items. What I don't know what they're called.
A museum?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
It certainly is interesting.
Keshi will heft it and put it on her back.
Alright. So now you have one finely made stone battle axe.
Awesome.
Half the price, but almost twice as heavy.
Oh fuck. And it does look.
It looks.
Combat.
It looks very combat able. Like if you were
Okay.
to strike steel with this, it looks like it would easily cut through.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Uh,
but when you have a finely made stone weapon that's just all stone, I think it's going to do some damage.
20% of the items cost for me to put it back together, so that cost me basically nothing.
20% of 8.
Alright then. I guess we should, hit the streets.
You start heading back out. You could tell that Elmar and Jandrin were kind of looking at a few other huts themselves and looking at what looks like broken bows and very shoddy attempts at arrows. Most of the arrow shafts that look like they were trying to make were crooked or kind of shaved too thin, or the arrowhead was way too heavy for what it looked like. But as you carry forth and kind of leave the dilapidated huts and carry your new trophy with you of the finely made stone axe, you do see a few other notes and marks here and there. What looked like almost kind of like old carved trees with a few notches in it. And as you're going through, you realize that each of these notches kind of pointed the way back to what was the small dilapidated hut area that you had found. Maybe possibly just a way to make sure that people could find their way back further out in this jungle.
Mm.
So, carrying forward from there, there's not too much panic or danger carrying forward. Very clear. It's very obvious that even though the area has been abandoned for a long time, a lot of the vegetation and maybe other possible animals' nests have been cleared out, and the area hasn't really been reclaimed, even though it's starting to slowly overgrow again. So you make good pace of the day. So, at this point, Kesh, you do get a send message of from your orcs back at the base.
Oh, cool.
And they inform you first walls are up. Small demons came bearing odd fruits through at wall and gave gifts of blessing.
The children threw fruit in their building. That's beautiful.
I will reply back. Those are the people that you should try to work for and coexist with.
Alright. So you said that, and
Mm-hmm.
so obviously it'll be a little while, but
Hopefully they stop calling them demons, at the very least.
on the last part of that, it was just like overjoyed. It was like, the demons have blessed us. They send fruit. Oh God.
Well, glad to hear it didn't end in bloodshed.
They threw fruit at us. We shot them. That would be fucked up. Oh God.
Yeah.
So, Velnak, roll me another nature. As you keep track of the lands itself around you.
Was that?
That would...
Did we have an overnight?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Velnak, do you need a top up?
That's true. You should be at full.
I remember my full health. Pretty.
Captain, you need to rest up.
Show us the way.
Show us the way to Uganda.
I got us lost for a little bit.
Show us the queen. You do not know the real queen. You show us the fake queen.
Apparently we're showing us the fake queen.
Oh no.
So, you kind of go off the beaten path. You start falling into a couple of areas of the bug's nests, but you do recognize them, and you quickly try and break off and avoid them entirely. Though it seems a little bit chaotic as you're kind of dodging in between different nests and plants and such. You do see a few of the larger beasts, and you kind of get into deeper territory. You've made some progress, but at this point you do realize that you might be in a bit more of a wildlands area, and you're not sure what sizable creatures might be nearby. So you do manage to find a good spot to kind of bed down near some low-hanging trees that would be easy to get up into in case of an emergency in the night. Though Raziel seems to be pretty... excuse me. I lost my composure. Seems to be pretty adamant about patrolling around the area that you set up camp and kind of quickly pouncing on anything or marking the territory, so at least it would be not so much willingly contested by anything unless it was something of, considerable size.
What a dank meme.
So, and the next morning itself, so Brad, you wake up and you see that oh god, unfortunately, as you were leading the way, you did kind of brush by some poisonous plants, and Jondrin wasn't really paying attention. He seems to have a fairly bad rash on one of his legs and arms.
Somebody heal him.
Now he's itching, and not just his crotch.
Oh god.
Oh, dude, anti-venom. We have anti-venom.
Yeah.
I give him some anti-venom.
So that actually does work. You give him some of that. He drinks a little bit, but then also covers some of the area where the poisonous plant had been touched on, and he actually won't be taking the -2 to his tax because of the excessive itching.
That must be pretty bad to impose that kind of penalty.
This is D&D poisonous ivy.
That shit keeps it real. Oh yeah. No, you continue on with this day. Raziel seems a little bit on edge. It's easy to assume that maybe one of the larger creatures might be nearby. So give me a nature.
Yeah, if you roll poorly.
Oh, he did.
Alright. So Velnak, you do realize, though Raziel's been marking the territory, something far bigger has come by and marked it as well. It stinks. It's a lot more pungent, and you do see one of the... It looks like the mud had been displaced, but then you realize it's actually a footprint. That's...
I equip Raziel with a bigger penis.
That's an interesting equipment choice.
The heel to toe distance seems to be probably about 3 feet or more. It's almost discernible that this creature is of immense size, but luckily, taking note of that, you kind of stick to some of the underbrush and lead the way under most of the trees that a lot of larger creatures probably wouldn't easily traverse and probably avoid most of the time. But though you do occasionally hear the loud roar and what sounds like a brief stampede before it suddenly goes silent again. It's easy to discern that whatever was nearby found something and is now most likely eating.
How much are we getting paid? It's not enough.
At least it's interesting, I guess.
True.
Throughout most of this day, though it seems a little bit slow at first, you kind of make your way to more of the safer mixture between the plains and the overgrowth of the jungle. It's a little more heated inland. The humidity kind of makes everything stick to you for a brief time through the midday, and then slowly cools off where it's not as bad. And though it still leaves everything a little bit sticky and just unpleasant for the time, you kind of of course, and gets everywhere. You kind of get used to it, and you can easily start brushing it off, and it's not too bad. Give me one more nature check, Brad.
Okay, Dad.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. All right. So you quickly lead through the forest and with relative ease, as you can kind of see that there are some of the grasslands nearby. And especially after the last incident near the watering hole, you realize that there's very likely some of the same creatures that reside there as well. With the grass standing 10 feet tall, would be very easy for them to ambush. So you quickly find a way to skirt around this entire area. And as you expedient through the day, you do find yourself close to a ravine, but you actually very easily find a location where the ravine's close enough, and you could easily cross the gap if you knock down a tree and just cross it that way.
Well, I guess we're knocking down a tree.
So I would imagine you take your time doing so.
Seems to be the best option.
What how is the tree situated exactly?
It's probably like a good 20 feet across the ravine. It only drops down about 50 feet, but it's a sheer V. And Velnak actually got such a high roll in the nature, he managed to guide you up to a point where it's only probably a 20-foot gap at most, and there's a couple of 30 to 40-foot trees nearby that you can easily cut down.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I do have a grappling hook and lots of rope.
I already had my plan in mind.
What's your plan?
I mean, my plan also involves knocking down the tree. But you see, I have my robe that magically produces items that are worth 10 gold or less. So I'm just gonna pull rope out of my fucking robe, tie it to a tree on the other side, and then just walk across in case I fall. So I can just cut that bitch. I'm done.
So,
That's a little bit too dank.
so you're gonna cut down one of the trees first, and then, or try and hook one with a grappling hook.
I mean,
I like the cutting down trees plan a lot more than swinging across the ravine and climbing up. I feel like that's just a bad idea.
Not swinging across.
just using it to pull a tree down.
My idea was to, grapple hook across the way and then tie this end to a tree and then just shimmy across the rope. And that way we don't have to waste time getting a tree cut down.
You do have this giant stone axe. I mean, I don't think it'd be
But
that hard to cut down a tree.
I don't really want to tire myself out. It's only barely midday. And would be a lot of work.
I mean, I do have I have an even easier way to cut down a tree. I use the decanter of endless water on geyser mode at its roots.
What the fuck?
All right.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know how good of an idea this is. But you know what? If nobody's gonna stop Argent, I'll do it.
I
Argent,
will
I
watch
don't know about
and
that.
wonder. I'm gonna watch and wonder.
I don't know about that, Argent. That may still take some time, and it's loud and noisy. Remember what happened the last time we made a lot of noise?
That we were already near dinosaurs. There's no dinosaurs yet.
You should assume that there are dinosaurs.
I'm gonna do
all
a quick
around.
look around you. At the
Looks behind him.
look behind me.
All right. As you're looking around, you do take note of some rather large nests on the ravine walls. But there's nothing in sight right now.
I'm gonna start throwing my grappling hook across.
Yeah, you easily land it on one of the branches across the way, and you give it a firm pull, and it's definitely hooked down there tight. There's nothing that's going to rip that off unless the branch explodes.
Alright, I tie the other end of my 50-foot silk rope to a nearby tree and begin to shimmy across.
Alright, so go ahead and roll me athletics.
Boom!
Just as fast as she tied the rope and got the grappling hook up there, she just quickly fucking one arm after another straight across like it's nothing and just breezes to the other side.
I imagine the scene is like Vilnax like looking around and he's like, hey guys, there's some nests, and then he looks and I'm already halfway across the room.
So like she's just monkey barring this shit like.
Well, I was imagining like the legs and arms over the rope and like upside down kind of.
Oh, I feel you. That is the one-way trip down to death for me.
Fucking ultimate sieges.
Yeah, I'm in favor of the tree cut down. I'll vote for that.
I'm just saying. My athletics is a 2.
So there was a trick that another character in another game used to where they tied themselves to the rope. So if they slipped off the rope, the rope was holding them to the rope, if that makes sense.
Harness, basically.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot my magical robe. It produces a harness. I'm pretty sure that's an item.
It is
Yeah.
now.
I mean, I'd totally let it. Like, that's
It makes
not really an expensive item. It's just a safety precaution.
Yeah, but I've got a cat to get across. This is gonna suck.
It can attach a harness to it too.
You gotta attach an animal harness to Raziel. That poor cat's been through some shit.
Dude, this cat gets fucking fat on it. Like, it's had a rough time.
Alright, I equip the harness and I pull myself across.
Yeah. Jondrin and Elmar go up to you and get harnesses as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can only produce one item at a time unless you're going to let me.
I would let you because you got time.
Okay.
And besides, I would imagine
Like, the
you
whole
just-
stipulation with it is, like, that only one item can be active from the robe.
So yeah, you would easily get across. Because even if you fail, you wouldn't fall.
Just tie yourself with some rope. You'll be fine.
Yeah, rope works.
So takes a little bit of time, but it's actually very expedient and quick, especially with the help of Argent's harnesses and a few other items, and Kesh's quick rope tying skills with the grappling hook and all.
And I use my knowledge that I learned off of Man vs. Wild, and I, of course, did a special knot on the other end to where I could undo it.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I could definitely see that. So you give it a quick tug in the right angle, now that it's lower.
Yeah.
And you
Now I can get my rope back.
you recover your silk rope, and you quickly move on, and you do hear what sounds like the beating of wings briefly, but it's quickly dismissed as you're now back in the overgrowth of the jungle canopy of itself and protected by its shade.
Why was he even worried about this? This is so far away. There better be a lot of orcs wherever we're going.
So, at this point, it would be the end of the night. You can easily find a semi-clear spot. Still a little bit of overgrowth on the bushes and a few other plants here and there, but it's not too bad. There's a small stream nearby, so you can actually refill your waters.
Can't have endless water. Nobody needs to drink shitty river water.
Oh, God.
Where did you get this? Or are you doing this in secret, or are you just fucking doing it?
No, I'm just doing it openly.
Where did you get Where did you get this? This jar of water.
It was in your captain's quarters. Don't you see the little spiders?
Oh, shit. You all know you're in there. Well, at least it's useful. Is it just always full? Like, is it ever empty?
It's empty for a couple of minutes after you use it, but it fills back up.
Is it just water?
I think it has salt water in it too.
Have you tried any other liquids?
No? Do you need some other liquid?
I'm just saying, like,
I
you don't have to
keep
pay.
thinking of alcohol.
I'm just saying, like, you don't have to pay anything at the bar.
You just really want some alcohol, don't you?
I'm just saying, you're the ultimate bar. You'll never have to buy your own product.
I can make the water taste like wine if you really want alcohol that bad.
Bill Next just going on about a fucking business tirade.
Captain, are you trying to talk him into selling watered down wine, which is just water but flavored like wine?
I won't get him anywhere. Maybe good as a jar. Can't.
Oh, God.
just going on.
My life goes on.
They're both,
Okay, anyways.
They're both just sitting there in camp like, I'm worried about Captain. I think he's getting jungle fever.
Make it sea water so I can smell the sea.
Okay.
It's just, he's fucking nuts.
There's some salt water for you.
It's been a while since he's been apart from the ocean.
The ocean's a part of you now.
Go on.
God. Oh. As the where- were you going to say anything, Ken?
I was about to cough and I muted myself.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
It's okay. Trying to do my best to not, cough or like belch on the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you. Fuck you,
No,
bud.
I was gonna comment like, hell no. You have to assert your dominance.
So,
Anyways,
you bed down for the night. You do hear a few odd sounds coming from all directions, but seems to be silent for the time. in the morning, go ahead and hit me with a...
Hold on. In this 4 hours of the elves just being awake,
What the fuck?
because we only have to transfer 4. I
know.
pull out some cards.
So what's the stakes tonight, Captain?
You know, we've only been eating rations. Next, whoever loses has to get us some meat.
Argent, do you sleep?
I trance.
So, wait, Flora doesn't sleep at all. So, am I literally the only one sleeping?
Yes.
And Raziel, yeah.
Raziel and Puck. Puck's
Oh,
kind of
well,
sleeping
I
on
mean-
top of Raziel's head.
This is a one-time thing. I'm gonna do it. So.
No, I was just imagining everyone standing around while Keshi's like snoring.
Yeah. just.
It's just awkward.
They all stare at you as you sleep. He's like, what should we do with her?
I'm gonna bring up in the morning. I wonder if they make a magic item to allow people like me to trance. That would be useful.
We just hit off that really hard.
So.
I think that makes something you don't have to sleep as long. I didn't.
Do you
need
want
it, though.
Do you want us to roll anything with this stakes? Because we're not gonna play a game of cards, literally.
Alright. Is it Flora Argent, are you joining in?
I mean, I probably wouldn't want to, considering I probably could not successfully hunt anything.
For you, I can. We'll have to think of something else.
Oh no.
If I put my hand in my pocket,
Oh.
touch the ring.
I was gonna say, I need to. I'll observe the ring while you guys gamble to see if I can figure out what it does finally, officially.
Are you gonna ask for it? Because currently,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll hand it. Careful with this. I'm not sure what she used it for. I don't know. You know, and I'm gonna hold it out with a tissue. I don't know what extremity this was on.
I will accept it using the tissue to hold it. I'm less cautious about it.
Nutsack!
This could have been a rounded nutsack on a dong. I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Magnum Dawn.
Anyways, what are we gonna roll for?
So
Might win.
roll intelligence. So let's see, what would be an intelligence check or a charisma check? Better rapid. Yeah, that would actually be a really handy item.
You mean bed roll of rapid rest? I don't really think you want to carry around a whole fucking bed.
I would let it become a bedroll.
Yeah.
No, my check is only 2.
Or just
Gonna
make
beat
it like
me.
a small pillow that, like, if you sleep on it, it gives you the.
All right, Josh. Hit me with Jondrins and Ilmar so I can know if I'm fucked.
Oh, that's nice. You'd let it be a bedroll because it literally says it's a bed that's too big to cart around in the dungeon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, especially with the party circumstances, I would let it be
Yeah.
a bedroll.
Okay. Awesome.
All right, hit me with Jondrin.
So, Jondrin is going to try a charisma, so he's going to bluff your ass.
Oh.
And then, let's get, Ilmar. He's gonna try and bluff you too. Wow. That man has no poker face.
Hold on, I'm looking up
At this
a
point,
cheating card.
Jondrin is like, he's sitting there, he actually has like a confident look on his face, kind of makes you get a little nervous about your hand. Ilmar literally has sweat on the front of his face. And this isn't like like the heat of the jungle kind of sweat. This is like, I'm fucked. And he's just like kind of shuffling his cards back and forth, kind of mumbling, very,
Alright, hold on.
very carefully trying to find. Oh my god. The best play he can. All right. So was that intelligence or charisma?
This was intelligence.
All right. Shit. All right. So you know both of these men are bullshitting you as hard as they can, and that they do not have the best hand at all, and you just fucking lay out like 4 of a kind, and call them out both on it. They just fucking throw in for the pot.
And I didn't get to be captain by falling for cheap tricks.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I guess that's why you were able to see through the other captain. Alright, so, and Argent, as you're studying hunting, as Flora explores the flora. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana while you're studying this ring.
okay. I have to find out what it does officially. Nope, not today. Maybe next rest.
You're still not sure, but the most you could still tell about it is some kind of transmutation.
I guess it'll take a little bit longer.
You feel the urge to not throw it in a fire.
Isildur. Wait, who's Isildur?
I will not cast it into the fire, Isildur. Alright, well, I guess I'll study it again when we rest. Yeah, Velnak, I think this will be a multi-day. It's very dense enchantment.
As you're going, as you're going around the perimeter, Flora, you do hear a few grunts. There's something kind of digging and pushing plants around, knocking a few bushes over.
A warthog, run.
I will investigate.
All right. So you hear it coming further from the north of your position. Are you gonna try and approach stealthily or just approach casually?
Casually.
All right.
Try.
So as you're getting closer, stop there.
Ah! It's a boar!
You're right.
Oh shit!
As it's going to now charge you as you get close to the bush that was in, and it was digging for whatever food it could.
Just plant your spear in the dirt so it impales itself.
Do a flip.
Josh, is all the trancers out of their trance?
Yes.
At this
Yeah,
point?
because
And I would imagine John immediately, like, probably hears this, and after the boar charges, like, will, like, shake you, catch you to try and get you up, like, there's a boar! A really big boar!
Okay, I was just curious.
about to sleep this.
Fuck.
I don't want to use sleep at the start of the day. What do you think I am?
A
Sleeper.
wizard.
I don't have nearly enough powers in reserve to just blow sleep on the first thing.
I don't know if sleep's a daily or not.
It is.
Yeah, sleep it.
I mean, I guess if Keshi needs to long rest, I do have enough time to trance again.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no. I think we're just gonna hit him with the Charm of Misplaced Wrath.
And sleep it.
It's dazed. And I'll slide it in a little bit. Like there.
Alright. I think that music's broken.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's eerily silent in the jungle.
Come on. Don't tell me all the music is broken.
Let
Disappointing.
me reload the page, maybe that'll fix it.
try a quick refresh myself.
I did not hear anything different. Well, it says nothing's playing when I reloaded it, so...
Oh, I'll be sad if all those are broken. Let's see.
She was scared of boy, said see you later, boy. What?
That's broken. Oh, come on. Of course, they're all broken. Just get rid of those. Oh, well, that's great. When all of your shit is broken. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just go with a classic if it'll load in. No. Wow.
Yeah.
They're all broken.
I'm just broken right now.
That's,
Ozzy, when's your vibe getting there?
that is super fucking weird.
I guess that's it for my turn. Also, out of character. Looks like meat's back on our menu, boys.
I believe Ilmar has to get this one.
Yeah, days did I set him up for it. Oh, that's my whole turn, Josh.
Alright. And yeah, apparently the music on the jukebox just isn't working. That's super fucking weird.
Rip jukebox.
Huh.
It's really eerie.
Alright, then. Our...
I like how Keshi was actually asleep, but then got a better initiative than everybody else. It was so...
She heard there was fresh meat on the menu.
Am I actually awake?
Yeah. Dude, Jondren would have gotten you awake very quickly and ready.
Alright, well, I minor stand up because of my boots, and minor pull out my weapon, and look around, and probably just start making my way downtown. And that's it.
As you can see, the boar kind of just snorts and snarls at you and stomps its feet down.
Bother today's the boar, and you just got close to it.
Well, I could have charged it, but it's not a very good melee basic. It's okay.
Alright. So, at this, it's just going to try a gore attack since you've come to it. And it's also just reacting defensively. So, 28 versus...
Oh, shit. Yeah, that hits.
It was ready.
That's a load of boar shit.
Someone's getting hewed.
Oh. Half it, so it goes to immediately Gloria. Flora is ready and just slams her halberd straight into the side, causing the blood to draw out from it. And the tusk barely catches you for
Nice.
4 damage.
Got it.
It's so fucking weird that the music just stopped working. That will be his, and then the days is till the end of Archon's next turn, and Velnak.
Mark! It's my glory.
That dink purple stuff.
That dank herp derp Mark. As I read. I'm gonna hit him with a 2-fang.
Do it.
Glory, yes.
Wow!
Okay. Is it dead?
Fucking Christ.
Where's the second fang?
It's
Okay,
in there.
no,
The
okay, no,
first one.
the second fang crit. Okay.
So that's max damage. Is it? Did it auto calculate the max?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the critical is the total damage for that crit, that
Yeah.
attack. See,
Yeah,
the
sure.
max is 1 times 12 is 12, because that's the max on the D12.
All right. Very
Dang.
So you literally just pull out your bow and plant it and just slam an arrow straight into the neck just above its eyes.
Oh, and it needs core. No, it has core damage in it. Okay. Yeah, hit for 31. Or I don't have my bracers and Rozzy's macros.
Yeah.
So I guess 2 more. Oh yeah.
Are those bracers only for basic attacks? That was.
You're right. Forgot about it.
So
Alright.
that's 32 damage. Actually, 35,
Jesus.
because of the special.
Oh yeah, it's a 3 extra from both hitting. Okay.
So yeah, you just see this large javelin arrow just plant itself perfectly right into the back of the back spine, just above its head, slows it down significantly.
You just got like, it's like he's in an Orlando, like he's trying to get into the keep, and they're the 2 silver knights shooting their lances at it. That's what that was like.
Good.
Alrighty. Ilmar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna just quickly fire off a hand crossbow shot. And unfortunately missed. As he fires and it kind of sinks partially into the board's tough hide, and you realize that it only kind of caught into the coarse hair of this boar's hide.
Huh?
Flora.
Oh, this thing would have made a good pack mule, but I feel the others might complain if I kept it alive. Or other undead. I going to you know what? This is as good a target as any to try it out. I'm gonna take out some of that venom I've got.
Oh no.
Oh,
Put it on my helmet. And then because by the standard uses, applying a poison is a standard action unless you've got the poison gloves. I'm gonna action point to attack him.
Alright.
Which means I'm also gonna use my Chaos Seed. Alright, it'll be a 6. I'm going to use Hammer of the Gods.
Fucking damn. So, go ahead and roll another d8 on top of that.
Sure.
Nice. So as you sink the fucking end of your halberd into this with the radiant light, you see the poison quickly taking effect and the boar kind of jerking from the almost paralytic properties, but then you realize that it quickly starts to cause necrosis in some of the areas and inflaming some of the muscle tissues that you tore into. It's almost like this poison burns just to the touch.
Interesting.
That actually bloodies it.
What?
That'll actually bloody the boar.
Ah. Nice.
Is there anything else?
No. No, I stopped just about every action to do that.
Alright. Jondren's going to do his CQC and try and fire an arrow.
Boss.
Oh shit, he actually lands it nicely in between. For a nice 11 damage extra on that.
Damn it.
Argent.
I hit the button everybody knew I was gonna press the entire time. Magic missile! Oh no.
8 damage.
Man, I really wish I had some better things to meme with here, but most of my stuff is killing multiple opponents.
Yeah. Alright, Kesh. The boar is bloodied and stunned.
Oh, nice. Or is he still dazed?
He's not dazed anymore.
Oh yeah, that just wore off.
All right.
Alright. He can't shift.
He's regained his senses and looks to you.
I am gonna do brutal trick because I'm crazy. So he gets a free attack.
Will he gore the score? Let's find out.
That is a miss. Nice.
Goes wide. Just
All right.
lunges forward and the tusk misses completely.
So this is the lowest of his AC, Fortitude, or Reflex, and it's with a +2. And I do have Sneak Attack for...
Very nice. So immediately as it goes to gore you on one of its large tusks, you just immediately step to the side and slam the mace straight into the side of the head of the boar, and one of the tusks actually breaks off and goes flying.
Nice. I will just shift back one and that's it.
Alright. So then the boar itself kind of just looking between everything. Oh yeah, that's right.
I can't shooting it.
So this boar, immediately looking to Flora after being hacked and hewn so many times, is immediately just gonna move into you and just gonna go for a frenzied gore. So this will be first one. Oh Jesus! The second one.
I've gotten the word fuck more than there are crits now.
Damn.
Immediately,
Josh's black fucking DM magic has shown its face.
it reared its ugly head today. So immediately, in a desperate panic after being lanced so many times by you, Flora, it just immediately turns around and just poof one side, and then immediately lifts you up and shoves you back, and you actually fall prone as you take 28 damage.
Oh.
Oh, is that all?
Yep, and prone. So, for the first time, all of you actually see, like, possibly the worst amount of damage that the floor has probably taken this entire time as one of the tusks tears right through her, straight through her dress and probably rips right into the middle of her body. Velnak. Your allies on the ground.
I imagine Flora doesn't cry out in pain or anything, does she?
Nah.
There's just oil everywhere.
Oh no. Too bad Valasan isn't here.
I know. Oh, good. Wait, Brad, did you mute yourself?
I did.
All right.
My dad came in here and was talking to me about.
All right. So the first one will hit, and the second will miss. As you quickly land a.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. The last one hit. No? Or was it returned?
The 17.
Yeah. I don't know if he.
The last
Oh
one.
yeah. He
Because Ken told you, like, he was like, oh, it's 35 damage. That was including
Well,
the 8. So.
he was dazed when that attack hit,
Oh, yeah.
so it might have been
Never mind.
+2 for 19, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, also Arjun's buff was everyone gets the +2. So.
+2 damage, I thought.
Nah.
No, yeah, the days would still make the +2 as well.
Yeah, right. +2 to hit.
Where was the other 17? I'm trying to see that.
It's
It's-
during my crit. It's like right above my crit. It's very small.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even see that one. Yeah. No, yeah, that
That was
one.
bad.
That one would have actually just made it with a 19.
Sweet.
What? Anyways,
So, as you immediately land in, deal another 9 damage. Roll your quarry.
it's in there. In the first one.
Is it included? Oh yeah,
Yep.
1d6. All right. So you lance another arrow into it as the boar kind of snorts and snarls. You can tell ready to continue its death throes and trying to take something with it. With Laura.
I am now sending in a kitty.
You just see the Raziel quickly charging in.
I don't. What do you use?
Little arms.
I got it! Ah!
Oh damn!
Wait, is that right? Yes!
As Raziel quickly jumps forward and kind of just grabs onto the side of the boar, tearing into it. Its thick hide, unexpectedly durable, but you can tell there's still claw marks, and Raziel, still being a cub, you can tell is trying to do its best, even though it hasn't had much experience hunting.
He's now partially concealed.
He's displacing.
Anytime he noodles somebody,
Illusions.
you know, it's a little bit of illusion. He also is Razi in. It's an R1.
You
No,
would have to be
normal one
standing
would be
next to
like,
They're next
be
to
like
me.
this.
Yeah. Okay. Need to move one over. That's fine.
Elmar. Unfortunately, the bolt just plinks off of its hide and looks like it hits at first, and then you see it sift out the back and then kind of fall to the ground.
Remember, Hilmar, you must get the meat.
Yeah, I'm trying! Damn it!
If not, this won't count.
Flora, you've been floored.
Alright. Since she doesn't have muscles or anything, a bit weird when she stands back up, because she just kind of roots her feet into the ground and her whole body pivots around to stand back up.
Ugh,
Fuck.
that's creepy.
And she'll healing word herself. Alright, I'll deal with that health after I do weapon of divine. I might as well just make it a weapon of divine protection. It is immediately attack.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that definitely fucking lands.
It's really quiet without music.
I know, I wish the fucking player would work.
I quickly tested it in another game, and nothing's working either.
Yeah, I guess all their servers just died. So unnerving. Alright. John's just gonna knock another arrow and he's gonna go for
I mean,
goal.
you could just go on YouTube and get a.
I'm going
get a
to.
song and play it on the bot.
Oh, yeah, you should do that.
I'm going to in a minute.
If it's short, the bot does have the ability to repeat.
Fight me, cunt.
Oh god. Don't worry about that in a minute. It's John. Unfortunately misses, and Argent, it's your turn.
On tonight's episode of Argent Presses Magic Missile, I really wish I had a better option.
Alright. As you plant the few shots into it, you can see it's very weak and kind of just jerking around looking for a desperate escape. Kesh.
It's my whole turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here, get some juicy CA, and I'm gonna disheartening strike him with 18.
Unfortunately, that'll fall just short.
Okay.
Alright.
I think that's all I got.
Alright. With its last death throws, it's going to throw an attack at you, Kesh, and then Flora. So, first Kesh. Yeah, that was a miss.
Miss.
And then Flora.
Almost. Great.
Interrupt that last one.
Disruptive strike. Disruptive strike.
Alright, go ahead. Alright, so that definitely... Oh, wow. -6 would 20 hit Flora.
No.
Alright, so it completely misses as an arrow actually catches it in the side of its eye. You can... That actually kills it. As it's literally about to bear down on you, Flora, and drive the one tusk it has back into your body. You see another large arrow just sink straight through into its eye, deep into its brain, and it thuds down. The heavy hooves no longer moving, and the dirt displaced entirely as it stops just short of you.
Eating good today.
The disappointing creature.
And
Oh.
we go in.
Are you going
Actually, I don't think we can eat this. He poisoned it. She poisoned it. We can eat this. We can't
No,
eat this.
Brad. What I used was venom.
Raziel's trying to pull like one of the legs off.
Venom and poison are very different things.
You can actually eat venom.
Velnak does not know of these things. It's spooky.
You have the highest nature score out of all of us.
He does not know these things.
What is magic? Argent says out loud.
Yeah, what is magic? Turns upside down.
Oh god.
Oh, you're a wizard, Felnak.
Oh, hey, I can do this too. me show you.
I will defeat you, demon.
Oh god.
In my eyes,
So
the wizards are evil.
God.
Alright.
Okay. So yeah. I guess we're gonna take out a knife and get to work.
Chandra and Elmar quickly move in like, well, I guess that takes care of the bet.
No.
Oh.
I won the cards, and I got the meat.
Captain, come on.
Well, this thing's dead. I'm going back to patrolling.
So, still in the middle of the night, you easily start carving up the boar. How many pounds of meat are you gonna take from this thing?
Well, currently we're worried about breakfast, so
Start cooking up some bacon and having.
How the hell is Keshi going to sleep? We're frying bacon 5 feet away.
It's so hard to sleep with that delicious smell.
The aroma is so nice.
I'll take some, so it's not just we're not just filling up the bag. So I'll take some of it.
Alright.
And Raziel's gonna eat now and then go back to sleep. And then yeah. If Jandrin and or Ilmar take stuff, that's up to them.
You could see them kind of carving off a few different haunches, and
I will offer some to Argent, seeing what he partaked.
I'll have some bacon.
Oh, it's bacon time.
Ilmar carefully carves off the belly and starts shaving it for bacon strips.
Oh, thank God.
You
Sorry, thank the various gods, you know? You can't thank just one. It's D&D.
Thank you very much. So you do that. It probably take the rest of the hours that Kesh probably has to rest as you carve up this boar as best you can. And Kesh, you wake up to the delicious smell of pork chops and bacon and
Oh,
haunches of ham and ooh,
and ribs.
yes.
Oh,
It's the most heavenly breakfast you've ever had for a good week and a half now.
3 whole days of nothing but stale bread. Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh, scrumptious. But no, with a nice hearty breakfast in your bellies, you can finally start making way as Velnak is sucked into the void.
What?
Your microphone getting beat up.
Oh no, I was picking it off the couch because I was doing stuff in the living room.
So, Velnak, pressure's back on. As you have to.
Pressure's back on.
Now lead the way.
Daddy!
Oh,
No!
So,
Oh no.
I don't know the way.
oh my fucking god.
I am sorry, everybody. The way is lost upon me.
So, it was a fairly safe travel so far, but as you're kind of going further and further into the overgrowth of the jungle, you kind of forget to weave back to the plains a little bit in one of the more open areas, and you start getting deep into the underbrush again. And you hear that same incessant buzzing, but this time it's above. This time it's above you.
I wish to maneuver us out.
It's too late.
Not yet, it isn't. Initiative's not on the left.
As you kind of look up, you could see one of the large beetles.
Oh yeah, huh?
Kind of just. If the eyes could move, you swear they were locked on you. As they're just kind of sitting there just outside the large nest that's above you, made of entirely of what seems to be like spittle, bacteria, and kind of thrown together leaves to make almost like a wasp's nest in a way, but completely hidden overgrowth.
I must.
These things look like they roll and have shield generators. Master, destroy us.
I would hate to get caught in a swarm of these. Must find us the way out quickly.
Whispering, where did you lead us, Velnak? This is not the right way.
I don't know. It's just like some sort of single digit. Make this happen. No.
So
Keshi's gonna stealth immediately away.
alright. So
If I can.
Kish, roll me stealth, Argent, Flora, and Velnak. What are you going to do or use? This is a nice little skill challenge of how you're going to get out of this. Jondrin and Ilmar are definitely going to attempt their stealth.
Well, I can't exactly diplomacy the bees to death.
Stop it!
I fade to black.
Yeah.
I fade to a darker black.
Oh God.
Everybody's just sneaking away.
You just see everyone immediately start tucking under some of the larger foliage and larger leaves, just trying to break sight from this giant beetle. That was Jondrin as he sees both Kesh and Velnak quickly ducking into the thicket of large leaves, and he just immediately copies both of you and follows suit.
I would like to drink a potion of spectral formus to be uninhibited by the brambles and basically go away from the nest in a direct line.
You must go away.
Go away. So the beetle's kind of watching you, sees that you go in between the brambles, just you can tell it starts to ignore you at this point, and it's not very worried. Ilmar seems to have been the one to have its attention kind of more focused on as it watches for a brief moment. You can tell it's kind of watching the area that he ducked behind as he kind of tried to slip behind the trees a little further back. Its attention starts to draw to you, Flora.
What's it gonna do? Sting the doll?
It's gonna use the doll as wall decoration.
It's gonna put you in its nest. You do have very pretty hair.
It's true. You shine beautifully.
She's right. It is true. My hair is amazing.
It's because you used L'Oreal.
She was literally born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Fuck me. So what are you gonna do, Flora?
All bug eyes are literally on you.
I mean, look, I am not stealthy. I'm 2 meters tall.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a skill challenge. What will you use to try and get out?
I have no idea. I don't even know what I would do to get away from this thing.
Oh my God.
I don't know, you could do like insight to try to like, distract it with something else,
You got options. You could do nature, insight, perception. Maybe there's something.
Streetwise.
I mean, unless the streets I grew up in were a jungle.
I just wanted to say streetwise.
Look, sure.
Josh, I'm in nature while she's trying to figure her shit out.
I was gonna say, try and insert something. That's the only one of those skills I even have trained.
I'm gonna try to
Otherwise, it'd be rolling
nature's.
like a +2.
I'm gonna try to nature a solution while she's trying to figure out her own.
Alright.
If that's dank memed enough for you, oh. 16 is still 16. So it could be bad, could be worse.
So, for something like this, especially from the amount of vegetation that you've noticed in other creatures you've seen, though it's attracted to meat, it is attracted sometimes from the amount you've seen it to bright, vibrant colors or something that's very shiny, highly reflective.
Shiny.
Which also at
How
the same
shiny
time,
are you?
Flora is porcelain, and her face is very reflective and shiny.
Put something on your face.
They put a bag on my head.
Are you fucking
Still
telling me to
counts.
do that?
While
While you're hiding?
I'm gonna, from my hidey hole.
Like you just hear a whisper, like, "Put a bag on your head."
Cover your fucking face. They like the shiny.
Alright, well, here's the issue, right? With what?
I don't know, some
Can I hear this?
Yep.
Some cloth.
I
Mud.
produce a sack from my robe and throw it at Flora.
Alright, so yeah, from the brambles, a sack is produced.
A sack!
Thank you, magical robe that produces whatever I need.
That shit is handy as fuck.
Best level 2 starting item.
Well... going to kill you if this doesn't work. Put the sack on, but I will note, he never told me anything about the colors thing, and I am wearing an extravagant dress.
Oh shit.
Are you?
Yeah, she is. It's a very beautiful Victorian dress.
How vibrant in the colors is?
Like,
Did you tell me that they're attracted to color?
Not yet.
Half of my abilities are like rainbows and like flashing colors.
Ah, shit.
God
Victorian dresses
damn it.
are very vibrant.
Ah.
Alright,
So-
look. Let's try something different. I'm just gonna pull out my ever-burning torch and hopefully it doesn't realize it's not a real fire.
Alright, so you pull it out. Do you wave it around or you just hold it there?
I mean, move it around to see if it follows it.
Yep, you just definitely see it skitter. It actually, each time you move it, it gets closer.
Oh shit.
I'm
It's
gonna
now
throw the torch in the other direction.
Alright, with that you just hear like, it almost sounds like a helicopter taking off in front of you as it immediately actually starts chasing the ever-burning torch.
You're gonna make that
Okay.
bug very happy when it finds that it's always on fire.
And
Alright.
it doesn't burn anything.
It's gonna be in a like coma of happiness.
Yeah. You literally throw the torch aside as it lands, it like scoops it up and it's just like, it occurs to you, this is like the moth effect. It's now tranced by the fire.
Oh shit.
It doesn't move, but it seems to just be holding on very, very tightly to this torch.
Well, we should probably go.
We won't be seeing him again.
We're on our way out.
Now I need a new torch.
But at least you have that nifty sack.
And a new sack. You know, the other option I was gonna tell you, I forgot about, was your dress is too vibrant for them. They really like the colors.
You could have started with that.
Like,
I don't think the sack helped that.
your face is really shiny. That's the only thing that clicked first. Anyways, I hope I can get us out of here.
Yeah. So, Velnak.
Ah!
Oh my god. So,
I
you
wish to leave, Bugdom.
you quickly find the edge of the canopy that you could tell is not Nest. And you quickly lead the way out from the underbrush to more of the open grassland area, but not too deep into it either. And you finally correct your path and get out of the deep thickets that you were in briefly. At this point, you can breathe relatively easy as you now have a much better heading and have a better view of the sky and not a death nest of insects.
We are now safer from the bugs that this area.
Is
They're
it
truly terrifying.
is everything big in this cursed jungle?
Mm.
Not everything.
It seems so. Did you give the ring back, or are you still holding it?
I said it would take me multiple days to identify it.
I was just thinking
It's a multi-dayer.
multi-dayer.
I need to fiddle with it in my pocket.
Around this absurdity. Anyways,
So,
Sarah from the Three Black Men, that's a bad idea.
alright, so as you continue forth, the day now passes without further incident as you continue on. As you kind of set down for the night for the rest of the excitement, it actually seems to be a pretty calm area. Seems very relaxed. The most you hear is the insects, but not the kind you don't like to hear. It's just very quiet chirps of crickets and other hums of reasonable sized creatures. At this point, Argent, if you want to steady the ring a little bit more, you can go ahead and roll another Arcana.
Of course. Slightly better.
Alright, so with the transmutation of effect of this ring, you realize it would be to the effect of the wearer. It would seem to change form. What form, you're not sure because you haven't tried it or demonstrated it on any such thing.
So you think this is about as far as I'm going to be able to get without putting it on?
Pretty much. You know it definitely alters the wearer's self, and it's not dangerous.
Okay, so it isn't cursed. That's good.
Has anyone tried wearing it yet?
no,
No.
we're all scared of it.
I don't want to put it on because I'm afraid I already know what it does. I feel like it'll become a meme if I put it on.
It may.
Oh. I don't like where this is going.
Boss, no.
So that's up to you what you want to do. But
I mean, Argent's gonna roll the D2. He knows it isn't cursed, so
Puck's,
you can take it off.
Puck's just like, I've been staring at that ring for like days.
A two as Argent tries it on. Oh, fuck. Yeah, alright, he puts it on.
Do you,
Yes.
do you activate it?
Oh, you have to activate it too?
Yeah.
With great reluctance, yes.
Oh, no. It's
I
like,
have to.
you slip it on, you don't feel anything strange or different. It doesn't tighten, it just forms to where it fits comfortably under your hand. As you speak the command word,
I'm watching him.
I think we're all watching.
Hey, this was after the trance. You're still asleep, Kashi.
Okay.
Go back.
I can't believe I'm gonna miss this. Damn it.
I'm gonna watch with intent. I think Jondrin and Ilmar might too. He wasn't there.
oh no, so things feel normal at first. But then your chest feels tighter.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
No. Not like this. Christ. Knew it.
Yeah, you realize like your clothes feel slightly discomforting as you kind of like trying to adjust them as you feel like the shift happening from this ring. And then you realize that as you just kind of sitting there like, that your voice has kind of changed a bit too. And
No.
your hair only gets a little bit longer, but not too much. As before everyone else's eyes, and probably takes you a minute, Argent, to realize what's happening when you finally look down and Puck is just kind of like jaw dropped. You're now a woman.
Yes.
Arjun blinks slowly and looks down.
Obviously, your magic equipment has adjusted appropriately, but
Oh god.
everything else that isn't seems a little loose or tight pending in the area.
Quickly, reactions from the 3 drow.
Is
How cute is he? How cute
don't
is
know.
she?
You're like, Arjun's like, I'm still a dude, don't fuck me.
Please no, stay away. It's illegal.
as they suddenly have a Mandingo party in the jungle.
As the drow orgy begins.
Oh no!
My
No.
charisma's too high for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, considering your charisma's high, I'm gonna say a fucking banging 10 or 9.
Oh god.
You know, those perfect glistening lips like honey and...
However, Arjun is very, very small. A short tyke.
I mean, Pocket says. At the same time, Ilmar and Jondra's like, you've been a woman the whole time?
I think one of them might have experienced it, actually.
I'm pretty sure it's the ring.
And it
Is
comes
it the
out in
ring?
this sultry woman's voice.
I don't know how to do a sultry woman's voice, okay? I'm not gonna make a fuck me voice.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Pocket's like,
Did you hear that, Velnak? She wants us to put it in a ring. Whoa, if you say so.
I mean, I brought this spoon with me.
oh no.
Somebody had to put on the ring.
Argent.
I heard
soup.
there was some kind of soup that was made from females that I would like to try. Anyways,
Captain, what?
I
you know, I heard some of the shipmates speak of this.
She did this to them?
I mean, the captain was weird.
I guess, you know, I always heard that the drow were a bit masochistic.
So is it gone? He's
What do you
looking
mean?
down.
Oh my god.
Oh, I lightly tap my groin.
It's gone.
So, Argent, no homo, but it's my birthday, and I was thinking.
Oh,
So how do you feel about dicks and entering?
I never should have put on this ring. My memes are gonna last forever.
Anyways,
The new cloth wizard.
as far as I've seen from the other shipmates, the effects weren't permanent, but the scars.
Yes, the emotional scars will last forever.
They will last forever.
I attempt to remove the ring.
Would you?
Do you want to? No, just kidding.
Are you sure? I mean, look. Ilmar is very happy.
It would only be a false happiness.
I'm gonna roll a 1d20 for a boner.
Oh my god.
For Ilmar's boner, not mine.
Okay.
He is at
Oh,
An
my
11.
He's at 11. That's
God.
pretty good.
Captain,
He's got like a half mass.
Captain, I know I have a thing for short women, but come on.
Come on.
I remove the ring.
All right. You remove it. You stay a female.
Oh, I just speak the command word again. I put it back on and speak the command.
All right. Now, as you speak the command word, you shift back into the form of a male.
Oh. Oh dear. That's permanent until you speak the command word again.
Good to know. Good to know.
I wonder how much this thing's worth.
I
Probably make a killing off of this.
don't plan on selling it. Not yet, at least. Shit, I told Josh for that ring is awful.
I was there for it.
So,
One person's gonna be very uncomfortable.
what are your reactions, Flora?
I mean, it's a bit weird, but she's just kind of like.
Thank God Kashi wasn't awake for that. I don't think I'd ever be able to live that down.
Hey, baby.
I missed an anime meme where I go play with it.
Oh my God.
Where they're like, are these real? Just
Slap him around.
Slap them around.
slap.
Damn.
Oh, I missed my meme.
Alright.
It's okay.
So, yeah, after a few more hours of, Elmar and John I was like, what does it feel like? Like, is it different?
I don't know. I felt a little bit lighter, a bit heavy on the chest side. As you
How was the ass?
Explain the
wasn't
ass
exact-
to me again for the
I wasn't
fourth
exactly checking out my ass. I'm sorry.
Was it apple bottom or pear?
Oh.
Christ.
Arjun, tell me the story again.
What story?
God.
How it felt. Like magic to my ear.
You can try it on if you want.
Oh God. So later in the evening, Cash, you do hear a few odd questions of like it was an interesting night.
After I wake up, I hear some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting night. I never seen something like that before. Seems kind of vague at first, but you probably could imagine maybe Argent did something weird with sacks of cloth again.
They're probably getting them drunk. She says that it's her breakfast of pork.
There's no alcohol around here. How would I be drunk?
You never know.
That fancy decanter, obviously.
Mm.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I'm gonna get drunk off of salt water.
Oh God. So, as the day carries on, you get a nice meal in, and after the interesting night, Argent, you still have the ring, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with it. I'm considering just casting it into the fire.
Yeah, it's too powerful.
The captain will take it back.
This item is too dangerous.
I don't know if I trust anybody with this.
No.
This is dangerous.
Well, next, my precious.
Come on, just
No. This is too dangerous.
just
come on, come on.
Oh, God.
This must be destroyed.
Just one more
No,
time.
no. We're not destroying it. The captain requires it back.
God. So,
You're just jealous, aren't you?
that chick was stacked.
Just give me the ring back.
Oh God. So, going forward from the interesting night, Malak, go ahead and hit me with that nature. Are you gonna? You want to fuck with it so bad, don't you?
I don't. Well, the time isn't now, but I need it for later.
Oh, depends if Argent gives it to you.
He sells it. I'm just gonna buy it back.
I'm not gonna sell it to anybody.
Forever.
Don't destroy it either. The captain requires it.
I just have a different potential use for it later, though.
I do too. It involves men and the ring.
You haven't brought up your creepy torture idea to me yet, so.
Oh my god. So, going forward. Belknap, you actually find a river. It seems to be going in the same direction, and it's actually fairly straightforward, and seems to be on the beaten path. Very clear.
Nothing out of the place with the...
Nothing too out of place. A lot of rocks and other sandy areas on the riverbed side, and it seems to be a pretty good place to follow up on the path.
We should be careful to prevent what happened last time we were following a river. It's where all the creatures come to drink, so...
You're correct.
Yes,
Should
no
be.
loud noises.
Yes.
So, as you travel, it's pretty easy. 3 days actually, very clear. Though it's a good stretch of river, you do see the occasional herbivore, so kind of a few trihorns and a few other armadons that you've seen before. Nothing too really dangerous, and the only few times you've seen something large was on the other side of the river and the more thicket of the forests itself and the jungles. On the 4th day, though, you find yourselves coming upon what seems to be a dilapidated village of sorts. It had been there for a very long time, but then slightly overgrown.
Is there any smoke?
No. It seems to be very peaceful, and it seems like part of the part of the houses themselves have been kind of washed away by the river itself as well.
We should investigate.
Ooh. A whole map.
But no, it seemed like where this town or abode seemed to have stand has been partially washed away by the river and then under some of the mud and muck. But it was definitely obvious some kind of infrastructure, or at least some semblance of more of a humanity kind sake, a place to live and be prosperous before it seems to have been overtaken by nature and possibly caused by the river splitting what was left of the town, now clearly washed under. In the distance you do see further up that there appears to be a bridge, and across the way, just peeking out over the canopy from where you can see from where you're standing, seems to be a large pyramid. At this point, you do catch your eyes catch what looks like a large lizard at first, but for those who care to examine it further as it kind of flies overhead towards the pyramid, roll me perception.
I shall look at the lizard. The lizard that spit.
As for those who got a 15 and above, you could see that there's a wyvern, but not only just that, there's something riding it. And just as you kind of watch carefully of where it's going, you can see it lands on top of the pyramid itself, though in the distance it's hard to tell exactly what it is. It's small enough to be on the back of one.
I wonder if it's one of those dart lizard things.
It has to be.
I can ride weird creatures.
Flora, you should be healed up.
Yeah, you should be at full.
You said it was riding a dragon?
A wyvern.
Wyvern.
Oh, wyvern. Right.
The dragon's retarded cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
it
drank
used,
too much gasoline.
You said it you said it landed on top of this pyramid?
Yes. You could just barely make it out in the distance.
Can I make a history check on this stonework to see what kind of people did this?
Yes. Or even a religion as well.
I don't know, religion might be more pertinent with the giant pyramid.
Alright. So you definitely
Nice.
know this holds relevance in reference to the gods, and that the way this is stylized, it's more to pay homage to whatever gods they may worship, or whatever kind of rituals would be kind of the center focus for probably priests and such to be in such locations, or even pilgrims to kind of come and pay respects in their travels to gain blessings and respect.
Wow. It's a very holy place. Somebody. Do we want to poke around here? I don't know exactly how I feel about
The
the
lizard.
What is it doing on top of the pyramid?
It's too hard to tell from this distance.
Oh, it's a ways away. Like how far? Like a mile or?
Just about. It wouldn't take you very long to get there, if you moved quickly.
Well, I don't think we want to meet that creature, do we? Maybe we could lie low here for a bit. It all depends on what you all want to do. Obviously, if we could capture that creature, I bet it would give us lots of information.
Implying that any of us speak its language. It's riding a wyvern, so it might be one of those lizard folk from earlier that shot darts at us. They probably speak a dialect of the dragon's tongue. Does anybody speak that? I know I don't.
Nope. Unfortunately, I don't have much dragon to go off of.
I speak giant.
Maybe that's close.
Puck pokes you in the face. He's like, I could try to translate.
Oh yeah, you have a mini dragon.
I guess Puck can apparently speak Draconic. That's handy of you, Puck.
You've never asked.
Oh no, I haven't. Do we want to go and try to talk to the wyvern riding potential lizard man then? Any takers?
How much do I know about the wyverns, Josh?
You know they are completely fucking retarded, and they're very animalistic.
Like
They're not
character,
smart.
like other than that, like how smart they are. Like
Roll me a nature to see how well you remember.
How big is it?
Probably the size of a horse, probably a little bit bigger.
Huh.
Not huge.
Well, I have no interest.
So you know.
It might be amusing to capture one and use it to fly around, but it can't carry all of us, so it would be kind of pointless.
So
I was mostly talking about capturing the little one.
Yeah, we wanted to question the little one. We don't want to talk to the wyvern.
So, you know that wyverns are usually poisonous. They do have dangerous tail spikes. So, let's see. So sometimes they have breath weapons, but most of the time that depends on their size. Also just the amount of brutality of the wyvern of the area. You're not sure of this area, but most of the time they resort to biting. But other than that, when at a distance, they'll flick tail barbs at people from afar. Trained wyverns, you're not entirely sure, but usually those are preferable to have some form of breath to defend their riders a little bit better, though they are definitely not smart.
And they're not good flyers either, right, Josh?
No, they can't fly very fast. They're more of for convenience. They can definitely run faster on land than they can fly.
And they look spectacularly retarded doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine.
Kind of like a hopping bird or a bat crawling on the ground.
Like a chicken running fast.
just imagine the proto drakes. To be honest,
Yeah.
fucking well.
Well, okay, so group vote. Who wants to go and try to talk to the wyvern potential lizard man that's hanging out on top of a pyramid?
How equipped are we for poison?
Well, we have
Yes.
one anti-venom left in the bag, and yeah, that's about it.
Josh, real quick, our mission was to get like information, right, on this like threat.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was to get information on this threat and also to look for possible potential dangers of like other orc tribes being there.
Oh. Okay.
Because yours is subverted and serving you. Obviously, that's not a danger, but it's to
There could. Yeah.
doubly make sure there's no other tribes competing or something.
Okay. Well, seems like that creature, if we could capture it with that handy trick you do, Argent, would be very useful for us.
Oh, you better hope it's not another elf.
Do we? It's as far as we know, it's just that thing up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, dial on your phones.
All right.
Well, what's Ilmar and Jondren also feeling on the?
They're looking a bit nervous, but they're like, took one down rather easily before, Captain.
I vote forward.
Forward.
All right.
All right, we're spending our time. Gonna go dank me my guy.
All right. So, Josh, my approach plan is I'm gonna ask Puck for a greeting in Draconic if it appears to be a lizard man, and I'm gonna ghost sound yell it at him.
All right. Yeah, he'll definitely.
I'm gonna hide behind the wall.
All right.
Oh, come on!
So, well,
First stealth.
as you're going there, you know, you're making headway over there. You do kind of take note. You do see that even though the abodes are kind of washed away, you do see remnants of stone spears broken and a few shields and other tattered items here and there. Kind of like maybe it's possible battles have broken out here before. but they're very crude. Nothing leading you to believe that it's maybe lizard folk. It seems more of what the orcs that you had subterfuged before. Though there are a few pieces and other items that seem like old rusted metalworks here and there. So you quickly make your way up to the river bridge. You cross the way. Everything here seems to still have roads and paths, like people still travel back and forth here and there. You do kind of take note in the distance. It does look like there are a few what look like to be smoke trails from maybe campfires in various places nearby.
So there might be a whole encampment of these creatures. Does that change anybody's opinion?
Nope.
Guess we're still going.
Alright, so as you get to the base of this pyramid, as it starts to go up and up, you follow the pathway going to it, and you can easily see that as this trail leads out, there's more and more sparse buildings until there's nothing else, no other buildings whatsoever. It seemed to be like this was a place of worship and holy ground. You do see a few interesting things here and there as well, that it looks like maybe somebody else had been writing like curses or disrespects on some of the stone pieces, and they're broken and shattered. Kesh, you kind of recognize some of them, even though it's very broken and kind of savage. There's some like demons, disgusting, spit on them, dung heaps and other kind of obscenities written in Orcish.
Huh, okay. I mention it to the group.
Orcish?
I'm pretty sure orcs speak giant, because that's the languages I was given.
Alright. So yeah, you recognize them. But
Okay. Not entirely impossible. Maybe this is a part of the orcs that are up in this area.
as you get up to the base of this pyramid, you could look up, you could see the wyvern kind of skirting around and kicking some of the rocks over. Looks like it's trying to grab, maybe you can assume, smaller creatures, maybe rats or mice that are on the pyramid itself. It seems to be overgrown and kind of ignored and dilapidated in some areas, though very, very stable and strong. You can see in the distance the small figures kind of moving around on top. You're not very sure what he's doing, and when you finally get up to the base of it, you could see how steep it is and how long it probably would have taken to get to this grandeur of craft, and it would have taken an indefinite, a very long time to get to this magnificent structure that has unfortunately been left to be rotted away by the jungle itself in a way.
Yeah. Wow.
I guess I'll go first.
And as you know, well, at least a spittle of words for it. Don't get in my cat.
You're making the cat go in front of you?
No, I was moving it around.
I'm like not attempting to make. I'm not trying to be noisy, but I'm also not trying to be quiet. So, like, I'm just walking normally.
So, as you kind of get to the top, the lizard folk kind of slowly turns around as you kind of hear him mumbling and chanting. It looks like he's kind of dipping the end of his staff in what looks like dye and drawing out different kind of ritualistic symbols and what seems to be almost like a mixture of Residium in itself, and trying to do some form of ritual, though you're not fully understanding him. As he pauses for a moment, doesn't really have an expression of shock or awe, just like kind of stares at you almost quizzically for a moment.
I greet him. In Draconic. Well, what Puck gave me, I don't know what Puck gave me.
Yeah. So.
Fuck you, lizard.
He just pulls his gap. Blah, 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 blah. No. At this point, he nods and kind of looks to all of you, and obviously, just so it's easier between translation, I'll let you be able to speak straight to him. He nods to you, gives a deep bow. He's like, "Are you the demons who serve the king?"
To which king are you referring? We currently do not serve any king.
Ah, you know masters then. Good. I know master. And he kind of slowly starts dragging his staff around and drawing out the circles some more. They disrespect temples, and they forget the boons given.
I'm using a... Actually, yeah, no, never mind. That might be too difficult. I was gonna say I use like ghost sound behind me to like make what he's saying audible to everybody else, but I have a feeling that taking a translation from Puck and then saying it while also saying what he's saying behind me, that would be a lot of fucking work.
Auto translator. At this point, you do hear a few odd things going around the temple, but he doesn't seem bothered by it at all.
Could I ask what you're doing up here?
Fixing and purifying. They besmirch, they mark, they taint. I must clean, purify. Boon must be restored.
I can't ask
Arjun,
questions.
can you
Yes?
ask him if he speaks the common tongue? I can't understand any of this.
Do you speak the tongue of the demons that you so reference?
Demons. And he, you could see him kind of like shape his mouth differently, trying to think of it a little more carefully than what he's used to. And then, kind of clicks his tongue across the top of his mouth a little, and then he kind of turns to you, and it's almost mind altering when he just says it in common. He's like, "This tongue of the demons, right?"
Yes, I believe that one's the one. Everybody else I have with me can't understand what you were saying.
Right. The king sleeps in the mountain crater. Sisters and brothers angry. He still grants boon. This still his lands. He cares for them still. Must respect temples, lest he be mad. Slaves, dirty, filthy green slaves. Besmirch temples. Chase away halls and refuse us fixing temples.
Do you speak of the Red King of the Orcs?
Yes, Red King of slaves. Many still serve him. Many that dare not seek his ire. as many slaves. They spit on his boon. They sacrifice themselves. They taint the amber. At this point, you can see, once he finishes one of the last circles, the floor seems to spread out, and what looked like almost mortar between the bricks itself starts to glow a little more bright and yellow, as you realize that not only was this built of stone, but it seems to be built of the same amber that you'd been running into before.
Is it safe for all of us to be up here?
Yes. Amber is used safely.
Okay. I've had dealings with things like this before, and it turned a couple people into chickens. Well, part chicken.
No. Tainted anger. Only reason for such things happen. We use them to build, to improve, to defend ourselves. This amber has help. It is the blood of the Red King.
Oh, that explains that. I was about to ask where it came from.
He bleeds himself. Grants children boon, protection, strength.
We've seen some of your children and met some of them. Not all of them seem to be mentally sound.
Very angry. They sup new amber. The king sleeps angrily.
I want split amber.
You blessed by king.
No.
You continue giving amber?
No. It only happened once. I was hit with a dart in the face.
Angry servants.
Well,
Angry dead kingdom. They use amber.
I don't think I've been hurt since. No, I have been, but I don't think I've been really cut since. No, I have. I got cut by Raziel. Yeah.
Everyone's kind of robot-y for me.
Yeah.
Or
That
at
is the server.
I think you should switch the server location.
Yeah, let me do that real quick. Oh, baby.
Waiting for every...
There we go.
Hello.
Much better.
Everybody else?
Yeah, sounds good.
Brad?
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Anyways, that was big.
At this point, as the circle's going, you do feel a gentle warmth as the amber kind of beats almost like a heart. And if you've had any wounds, you could feel that it would be healing you right now.
This feels nice.
As when king was gentle, as peace, sisters and brothers not betrayed him. The others, their kingdoms elsewhere, of lands they ruled. Red King tried to take them from their own, to bring back the greater god. They get angry and refuse. They locked him away. He sleeps angry in his crater.
I believe we met him earlier.
Yes, we did. We met him. He has a lot of influence, though he is sealed.
Yes. Some say he's awake already.
Oh, he is.
He was awake. He definitely tried to have us kill each other. We were unaware of what laid in that crater.
He looks at all of you quizzically. He controls you?
Got weird Jedi mind tricks.
From
Are you sure that's the same person he's talking about? I don't believe it was a crater. I believe it was a crypt or tomb.
You could call it a crater, but I don't know.
uh,
I could ask if if the crater he's talking about is in the direction that we came from.
I mean, or I could just toss the fucking name at him if he isn't
Oh,
too
yeah, toss-
offended by it. Are you
toss the-
talking about? He referred to himself as Zultfarah.
No.
Ah,
Son of a Red King. Taint. Poison.
alright, we're talking about a different man. Never mind.
He feasts on suffering and revels in pleasures of flesh. He makes sickly children. He mates with the slaves. He makes more of his own tainted children. God stop him. Red King was sad that day.
I'd like to ask you something. We were originally out here because the settlement that we live in was attacked by an orc that claimed to be from the Red King. We were interested in seeing what their organization was like. Could you point us in the right direction?
Orc still serve Red King willingly.
I don't know how willingly he was serving him. He seemed a little crazy.
At this point, you can hear what sounds like some trees kind of being crashed around and crushed. In the distance, as it comes out from between the trees, and you start to see some of the orcs actually start to surround the temple that you sit on.
What do my alpha eyes see? There seems to be a squadron of young orcs that need to be killed down there. A second squadron has appeared. A
That's a lot
third.
of orcs.
Yeah. He looks around along with all of you. He's like, blasphemers who defile are here.
She has a bow. She must be 1v1. So is him. Anyways,
Blasphemers are our speciality.
so this is where the fun begins.
Oh my god, there's so many.
At this point, you could see all the same spear styles and other weapons that were being used. They start to surround the temple quickly, all screaming and hooting and hollering.
Is there anyone that seems to be the main honcho?
As you see the tree fall over and he walks out from between the overbrush.
Holy shit.
Oh shit! It's a giant. Somebody talk to
Holy
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I speak giant.
And behind him, he's dragging almost like a pet on a leash.
He's gonna move up.
Be hungry. I am so jealous of his fucking mace. I want it. With enough training, I could wield it. I'm sure.
At epic level, you could wield it.
Yeah.
He just raises up this giant weapon as he holds the leash to this ogre who's just kind of sitting there whooping and hollering, just eager to go. You can hear all the other orcs cheering, grunting and spitting. There's some literally slinging shit up onto the temple.
Oh, jeez. Did they prepare it beforehand, or is it fresh?
That's an interesting question, Kashi.
Out of character.
Now, I know that you have a large flying wyvern, but do you have any easier way out than killing the apparent entire orc population of this area?
This is not all.
Oh, excellent.
Well, thank you for that fact. Could you answer his other question?
I help you fight.
You have weapons of mass destruction in the underneath the floor.
I help demons
perhaps-
that join me for conversation.
Josh, this is like a drop, right? Like
Yes,
this is
these
like...
are all multi-layered.
So we could defend up here.
You have the high ground.
Velnak! Get up here!
We have the high ground!
I'm going up to the high ground. Excuse me. I wished to begin the hunt of this fucking nerd.
Well,
And Flora, you could be behind us, right? Because you have a reach weapon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's go.
So, as he all immediately move up and he raises up his weapon, he's like, "Kill!"
Alright, first we're gonna click me.
Throws
We're gonna
the
roll
leash and just lets the ogre loose.
And then we're gonna pull it +2. Josh, he's quarried.
Oh, you're gonna core the giant.
We have to take him down as fast as possible.
Considering that he's probably going to go up the steps in like one step, he seems like, oh, I'm here.
Yes. So begin the hunt just gives me a +2 to initiative, marks him, and I gain a +2 to power bonus to attack rolls against him until he's no longer and basically dead. Oh yeah.
Just gonna do 4 sections of each color.
It's close blast that's a complete circle around a point. It's close burst it's like the cone, right?
Other way around.
Yeah, blast is
Really?
in a direction, burst is outward from you.
Wow, this power's gonna be really useful here. You guys are about to fucking...
We're about to see some
Okay.
shit.
Yes.
Hey, at least you're not Joe's lightning build.
Yeah, that shit would be OP here.
Dude,
Yeah.
Joe's lightning build
It
would
kill
like
everything.
he like Ken had a fucking map full of vampires, and Joe just went, "I cast this," and he was like, "All right, the lightning hits this guy. Let's see, roll for the next guy. That just went
Chain.
through the entire thing, and then there was just the dragon left."
So, yeah, it is late, so we'll, especially without music, we'll have
Yeah,
to
hopefully
pick this up
it'll-
next time.
Josh, so I'm above the high ground just before we go. He can't get cover from me, right? Because he's so huge.
Him? No.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It just
Yeah,
determines
he
my turn. when we
Literally,
start.
like, he's staring at all of you.
Is
we
he not
go
getting
Like eye level?
yeah.
Eye level? Holy shit.
Fuck.
That is a big fucker.
Just coasting through the tree lines. He had an ogre for a fucking pet. Like, come on.
Cracks knuckles audibly as he readies his sleep spell.
Well, I'm just gonna say, if this giant cunt doesn't retreat before we could kill him,
Oh, yeah.
he's mine.
Death is my bitch.
Death is mine. Fucking Christ.
I'm really glad I chose that power.
Oh shit. So many things.
Yeah, it's a lot of fuckers.
We didn't ask the lizard its name yet. I just thought about that.
I mean, we were just engaging in pleasant small talk.
It's true. And he didn't
Well-
just say later, fuckers.
Yeah.
He was very friendly for a lizard that's sitting alone on top of a altar chanting. He was just like, "Oh hey, what's up?"
Yo, Nibbus, what's going on? I'm just like, wow.
Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good night.
Sika.
Alright.
I was asking about the cover thing because my first action is flying steel. Absolutely. That guy's getting every round, every round he did ends without cover from me. It's just an arrow to the face. What?
I'm literally just going to stand here and use visions of avarice and beguiling strands to keep them all down at the bottom of the stairs. It's too bad we don't have like a fucking sorcerer or an invoker to AoE them, because it would be pretty fucking nasty. Visions of avarice is disgusting. It is a... You can sustain minor to keep it going. It is a close burst 5 centered on your zone that you make. And it pulls every target it hits 4 squares toward it. They want that fucking treasure, nigga.
They want it bad.
This is looking like a level up. It's a comedy disguised as a tragedy.
How far are they gonna get?
This is
A lot of
looking
initiative.
like one of them situations where the fact that I am extremely capable at stopping people from dying might come in handy.
Yeah, it sucks we don't have a source Magorse here. But I'm just kind of really hoping that Lizard Man from Soul Calibur 2 is gonna come in strong with the AoE.
I mean, some kind of caster.
Oh my god.
He won't be able to act till tomorrow though. Like the fight will be happening. He'll be at the end.
Oh, I can pull caltrops out of my robe and throw them down.
Man, Velnak, you beat everybody.
I know. Beginning the hunt is great. I rolled a 17.
What is my dexterity even like? That's only a 12.
The hill giant slave keeper.
It's a big fucking nigga. He's all like, "Hey, I heard somebody's calling me a demon."
Oh, my initiative is not right. I need to add one more.